It's finally happening, and Met fans are fired up about Juan Soto and what he has been doing over the last handful of games. He has been slugging the ball out of the ballpark and looking like his old self, a guy that's going to be ultimately a first ballot Hall of Famer when it's all said and done for his career, but still a long way to go after signing that mega deal this past offseason with the New York Mets. So we'll break down his recent performance and how well the Mets have been doing on this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. Welcome in, everybody, to 3 Up, 3 Down. I'm your host, Peter Vryonis, and the New York Mets, again, quietly being one of the best teams in Major League Baseball. They are now 20 games over 500, 44-24. Complete game by David Peterson yesterday. Very impressive. And Juan Soto and Pete Alonso have been leading the charge for them, batting over 400 in his last 12 games, batting close to 400 in his last 12 games, I should say, with 5 home runs. His slugging percentage starting to creep back up and getting close to that 500 mark. His OPS around 850 on the season after a slow start, and Met fans wanting to rescind that contract. He's back. And I knew he would be back because he's one of the best hitters of his generation, and he's starting to show it yet again. But before we get into the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button because a large percentage of you who are watching these videos aren't subbed to the channel. But yes, people, Juan Soto is back, and he looks like his old self yet again. As I mentioned, the Mets are up to 44-24 on the season, which is the best record in Major League Baseball. And their starting pitching, which was a massive question mark coming into the season, has really been performing well. And it's not the guys that you would expect to form a championship-level rotation, but it has been Clay Holmes, David Peterson, a ton of different players that have been chipping in and just showing that they can get the job done. And that is a massive add for the New York Mets. Like, their bullpen is locked down as well. Their lineup has been really solid, led by Francisco Lindor, Pete Alonso, Juan Soto, Mark Vientos having a down year, Brandon Nimmo starting to turn the corner, but they still have guys that aren't reaching their full potential, as well as Juan Soto, and they still have the best record in Major League Baseball. So other teams should be terrified of what the New York Mets have been demonstrating as a product as of late. And it's no coincidence that as Juan Soto started to get hot here, the Mets have won 5 in a row and now have the best record in the league. Also want to give a quick shout out to Grimace, the unofficial mascot of the Mets, who ever since he threw out the first pitch, the Mets are 61-37, which is a massive stat. So happy birthday to Grimace. And the Mets, man, the Mets, baby, the Mets. They're looking like the scariest team in baseball right now. And if Juan Soto starts to get going like he has been lately, it's going to be a really tough thing to compete with for the other teams around Major League Baseball. But I mentioned David Peterson yesterday. He's having an unbelievable year. Pete Alonso, just you go up and down that lineup, up and down that rotation, up and down that bullpen, and everything is working right now for the Mets. 5 wins in a row, 44-24. It's scary. The league is terrified. They're putting the league on notice. There were question marks about their rotation. Can they compete with the Dodgers? It's between the Mets and the Dodgers in the National League. It's obviously the Dodgers championship to lose. But I wouldn't be so quick to say that because the Mets have really surprised some people this year. And I'm wondering now what kind of money Pete Alonso is going to get in the offseason because he deserves that much. And they were wondering, they were trying to wait for Vladdy Jr. That's not going to happen, of course, as he signed that mega deal with the Jays. But Pete Alonso, definitely not a bad option to fall back on the way that he has been swinging the bat. But that'll wrap it up for this episode. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out, and I will see you all tomorrow. Let's have a good rest of the week.